Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Road to 180, which is my fitness journey from 240 pounds all the way down to 180 pounds as quickly as possible. So if you're new to this series, or if you just want a quick recap, as with every episode, I will post the rules of my cut right up on the screen here. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Last week, we hit an amazing milestone. We finally cleared the sub 200 barrier. This week, while we still did lose weight, it's perhaps not quite as impressive. Today, as of this beautiful Sunday morning, I've weighed in at 197.8 pounds, which is a 1 pound drop from last week. Now, it's still a loss. I'm still happy with it. However, there could be a variety of other factors within that. I did eat a little bit later last night for my one meal, because it was a family celebration. It was my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, dear sister. But yeah, so that also could have accounted for the fact that food hasn't properly been digested and so on and so forth. But we still weighed in a pound lighter. I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. It's still moving in the right direction. Now, as with every episode as well, I will post the progress picture right up on the screen here in comparison with the original. And again, I'm starting to notice a lot more of a difference. I'll also post a couple of other progress pictures as well that I took from different angles, and I'm really starting to notice more vascularity. Now I have delt separation for my shoulder on my arms. And yeah, my stomach is pretty flat too. That's not me sucking in the stomach by any means. And I gotta say, like, it feels really good. Everybody's starting to notice now, week over week. I'm starting to notice it. And yeah, it's kind of when you've looked at yourself in the mirror and you've seen a certain image for so long, and then to have it, what's the right way to word this, to have it change so radically, and it's very pleasant. And also you and maybe I'll save this for the general thoughts, but you do feel a certain sense of accomplishment within it. What did I eat this week? Well, this week it's mostly just been meat. So I've been eating a fair bit of pork, some beef. I don't have any more eggs. I don't have any more Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. I have to go buy some. A little bit of honey and water. Yeah. And I finished the sugar-free Jell-O. But essentially that's about it. Usually near the end of, like, I want to call it my ration packs or whatever else. I usually buy enough food for like 2 to 3 months. Well, more closer to 2 months. And it's around that time that I just have to go re-up. So probably next week I will go and grocery shop. If you want to see how I grocery haul, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, essentially that's what I ate this week. We went out to supper last night and it was pretty good. We had we split a seafood platter. I had a steak frite, which is nice. Now again, I'm not like the hugest fan of French fries. It's a little bit of a hot take, but the hanger steak was really good. And yeah, like if I'm going out to eat, I'm not going to deny myself anything, but at the same time, I'll always try to make a good choice when I go out. So I will sort of prioritize something that's like fairly simple and accurate for me to at least estimate the caloric value of it. If I get something extremely fancy, like, they had a special, it was a lobster risotto or something like that. I don't know how much butter they're throwing in there. I don't know how much cheese they're throwing in there or anything. I don't know the calories on the broth, anything else. Whereas with a steak frite, I can estimate, it's like, okay, like a 7-ounce hanger steak is like 500 calories or thereabout. So yeah, that's what I eat this week. Now for the workouts. I will, of course, post the comparisons right up on the screen right here. Everything is kind of holding right now. Broken record time. I'm feeling the lack of calories. And I'm not necessarily upset about this, but it's more so I am more so just itching to get back to having more fuel in my body, so then that way I can go and actually progress in strength. I have been, steady going with my activity levels, especially with cardio. So essentially the way that it works, and again, this is probably not the best way to go about it, but it's been working for me so far, is that I'll lift my weights and then I'll go for about like an hour walk on the treadmill as well, just to get my steps in and everything else. And then on my rest day, as I've told you before, I do I just go on the exercise bike, destroy myself for about an hour, but then immediately after that I'll also go on the treadmill. So it's more like a 2-hour cardio session within that, and it's been working so far. It's just I think I'm starting to feel a little bit tired from it. Maybe that's just because I had a really poor sleep last night, but who knows? I guess I'll be the judge of that in the next week. So my general thoughts on the journey. Well, I mean, it's a 1 pound loss. Again, it's still a loss. It would have been nice to, keep a larger momentum, a little bit more momentum going. Because again, like I said, I want to get this done as quickly as possible. It's not so much like a mixed feeling, more so as it is obviously I'm very excited. I'm very proud of the progress that I've made. And, again, it goes to show that last week's weigh-in was not a fluke, and we are progressing in the right direction. It's just more so I don't want to be doing this for a long time. And it's, you also know when you get that, when you're so close to being done, you almost get not quite anxious, but it's almost like impatient is the right word. I'm very, very impatient now, I guess. But at the same time, again, if that, I have to really learn to not be impatient with that, because, again, it's just out of my control at this point in a weird sort of a sense, because while I can't control my activity levels and I can control my, caloric intake, again, I also just have to better manage as well. I guess, I can't control everything. What the fuck am I saying? I can control what I'm stressed about. I can control what I'm thinking about. So it's, again, I'm just treating it like any other exercise. I have to progressively overload, I guess, learning how to not be so impatient. But aside from that, look, if we keep on this rate, like I said, we're well under 200 right now. We've got, I guess, 17, 18 pounds to go. If we lose 2 pounds a week, that's 9 weeks. If it's closer to 3 pounds a week, it's going to be 6-7 weeks. So same timeline as before. I'm feeling good regardless, and just can't wait for this to be for this journey to be done. But anyway, at the risk of rambling, I'll put a pin in it there. This has been the 16th episode of The Road to 180. If you found this informative, if you found it entertaining, all of the above, none of the above, drop a like on the video and a comment down below to share your thoughts, and consider subscribing as well if you'd like to see more content like this and more content that I produce on my channel. Let's power through this week and have a great one coming up. I will see you all next week with another update, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.